Hello, everyone. Welcome, and a big welcome to all of you. And to all of you who are new today, I welcome you. And I'm welcoming you to the Advancement Center, and I'm welcoming you to the world of magic and miracles. And I'm thanking you for joining me up here on our elevated platform of living, where your music and all the good things reside. So, I call out to everyone as family, our family. And by now, you must realize the importance of your presence as the charter member of this emerging industry of magic and miracles. And as charter members with firsthand information, we cannot help but be the bearer of good news and good times that are coming via Swissendo and so much more. Our advanced intelligence is opening our vision. Now, this morning, I received a YouTube from Susan Terry, the Secretary General of my ministry in Swissendo. And the title of it is, "We Are the Plan." And it is powerful. Email me if you're interested in the true history of what has happened, and I'll send it to you. But it's out there. Today is different because we're starting with a little fly in my ear, and we're starting with something that is so wonderful and so beautiful, and it's called the bright morning star. Each morning, the sun bursts through the veil of our dimension. It comes anew with no recollection of the past and no expectation for the future. It is here to shine. It is here to enhance life, to bring life to all who reside on this planet. Its love and joy are truly unconditional. It makes the wind blow and the water breathe. It provides all nourishment for all sentient beings. It is the light of the world. This sun also exists in human form, shining a light on the world that can be seen from a different perspective. Just like the sun, this light also casts shadows so that we might see the contrast. Through this contrast, there is depth, and through this depth, we can see the multifaceted nature in each one of us, the brilliant uniqueness that exists. This light illuminates all the lies that we have believed about ourselves so that we can let them go. But this sun, as bright as it is only here to reflect your own brilliant luminescence, to show you that you too are a shining star, and you too break the veil every day anew to shine on and enhance everything and everyone you come in contact with. This too is your love. This too is your joy. Thank you, David. We are given the opportunity to have a front row seat every Sunday, taking an action if we choose and not having to accept the media's slant. It is with pleasure that I can pass along to you actual happenings, never to be fooled again. As promised, here is the weekly update from UN Swissendo a clear route out of the debt slavery system that has been foisted upon us for much too long. As you know, M1, with a great big long name that I can't pronounce, but M1 is the head of Swisindo. He was born to this position, and he is a direct descendant from King Solomon. And this is his message today. Circle the world and the people created by God Almighty with peace. Abolish all forms of colonization of human value and dignity and human slavery through the banking system, which must be eliminated with the implementation of UN Swisindo Program 1 through 11. Now, most of you know this Swisindo information and have been telling the good news to your friends and family, but for those who are joining for the first time, welcome. I recommend checking out two websites, Swisindo News, where you will download your M1 voucher, which I'll show you, and scroll further down and download your DBLC, which stands for Debt Burden Liberation Certificate. So this is what they look like. And I hope by now you have all downloaded them. Here is the M1 voucher. And this is where you put your picture, your passport picture, and you put your thumbprint and glue it with Gorilla Glue and do not sign it. And put it in a safe place, and I will let you know when the right time for you to take this to the bank, and the manager will welcome you. That's what I want. And this is the DBLC, the Debt Burden Liberation Certificate. And this is for all debts before 2016. That means all of them. Yes. You bought a house that you've been buying and paying for years and years and years. That has been paid for because your Social Security has been borrowed against since your birth. And then you've borrowed money and you've paid interest. No more debts. Now, I did have a situation this week where someone ran right into that, and we're taking care of it. We're looking through it, and I've had some wonderful conversations with her, and I've given her a stopgap with a membership in Legal Shield, so she has a lawyer to speak to. Otherwise, people are out there floundering and worried what would happen. No one should be worried. We are the plan. So by now you also know that there's this human obligation made by M1 that every man, woman, and child on the planet will be taken care of with their $1,200 a month for every adult for the rest of their life, and $600 per child who's in school up until the time they're 17. And they're going to be taking care of everybody. They're even taking care of the banks, and they're taking care of the countries, and they're taking care of the corporate debt burden. He's taking care of everybody. In your wildest dreams, in your greatest wishes, you want someone who's going to take care. And that's what's happening. Now, we haven't had a Thursday night meeting for 2 weeks, so I was all excited this past Thursday. The only thing I came away with is that there will be a declaration letter that has not been posted yet. So we're waiting for the declaration, and then there will be the treaty event. Do you remember? Those are all the countries that absconded with all the funds that was supposed to go to the people and to the projects, to the tune of about $70 billion. And M1 has, what's he done? He's granted them, I forgot the word, maybe because I didn't want him to, but he has forgiven all the countries. However, they must sign this peace treaty. And if they don't sign it, there's a jail sentence and $1 million fine. Or is that $1 billion? Doesn't matter. They better all sign it, okay? And once that treaty event happens with everybody signing, they're aiming to have this completed by December 31st, 1918. And then will come the inauguration and a lot of celebration. Yeah. I also learned that there'll be a gold-backed global currency that will not necessarily be mandatory. But M1, this is interesting, has a suitcase of every sample of every currency in the world. And it's the authentic currency. So this is to test, to avoid all counterfeit practices. Isn't this marvelous? We're watching history, and we are the sacred witnesses to history unfolding. We are the sacred witnesses while everyone is out there complaining and raising a ruckus. But we know that things are not getting worse. They are getting uncovered. We must hold each other tight and continue to pull back the veil and see each other as we truly are. Here's something that Robert wrote a long time ago. And it's what I want to concentrate on today. Music and the elevated platform of living upon which we are standing. Your music is that thing that is always with you. It rides beneath all the outer noise. You are always transmitting your music. It's how you care about humanity, how you care about the planet and the environment, how you want freedom for everyone and having everyone treated as equals. It's also your disapproval of any injustice. We each have a unique combination of notes that make up our music, and the melody is always individual. This past Friday, after David's broadcast, David said, and we quickly wrote it down, if what you are following stays on track, it's a carrot at the end of a stick. If it keeps changing direction, it's the real thing. Disturbance, when seen in the correct light, just means a change in direction. How many times a disturbance is mistaken for the end of a possibility, when it is really the start of something new and magical. On August 9th, this past August 9th, Robert wrote, the world of magic and miracles is in place in the physical, and it is continually changing in a random and uncontrollable manner. This maintains our being and holds us above the rules of logic in the physical plane. Nothing acts as it should, and everything works under the most illogical circumstances to produce a life that is unique and exciting in every moment. The old programs that are held in the field of the physical body are gradually being flushed from each person's system and not being replaced by anything. So, following your spirit can also be experienced as following your music. And a long time ago, the words have changed, but the current definition of music, M-U-S-I-C, can be magical, universal sound, immaculately conceived. As a child, music was always the soundtrack to the movie I was watching in my imagination. Now, this is going to be fun. Magic happened yesterday. Genya requested a photograph and a title for today's invitation. And at the same time, this was sent to me from Suzanne in Costa Rica. And I said, there's the picture. And it's magnificent. And then along with the picture, one moment, please. Bear with me. Remember the picture, because this is too much fun not to enjoy. Now, the wonderful thing about this is Suzanne said that when she was walking in the woods, she was remembering Robert and his beautiful YouTube in the woods. And so she said, we are all there with her. And that brought me to my child's fondest memory. Let's turn this off. And that was sitting in the woods by myself. I must have been about, I don't know, 6, 5. By the way, I was wearing this necklace when I was 6. So it carries a lot of memory with it, perhaps. It was just a place where, as I said, I would watch music as a movie in my imagination, and I would feel home. I didn't understand what I was feeling or seeing or hearing, but music has been my life, my entire life. It took on all forms: concert going, concert performing, concert appreciation, giving my children piano lessons, everything. In fact, I can't imagine living without music. So music is rather essential, and I know it is for all of you. I also want to let you know that you have a treasure waiting for you on your computer. Last night, when I was preparing By the way, I always get so excited because I love to do this. I love to be in touch with you. And I just decided to go to youngsight.com. And I'm inviting you to do the same thing. And it has a search on it. So you go to the top, and all I did was I put in music. And what I came up with thrilled me until way after midnight. And something that I found was so exciting that I'm going to read it to you right now. I think you know by now that I write in my journal every day. And I write what's happened. And then on a new page, I write, Dearest Simeon. And then he writes back to me, and I take dictation. And this is what he said on January 1st, 2011. Good morning, this is Simeon coming to you from the outer reaches of the universe, bringing you energies to support your day and to take you further into the world of your Creator. The essence of everything around you is dancing to the music of the universe, and this music is what will free the world. It is not the serious nature of man that will free the world. It is the light-hearted feeling of the spirit that will free the world. A transmission has started, and it will grow very, very quickly into the light-hearted being that you are. The picture that has been held for a long time will now open up to the one that everyone knows. All the events to allow this to happen are in place, and although its focus is in finance, at the moment, it is the joy and the lightheartedness and the happiness in the elevation of spirit that will change the world. It is now time for you to reveal this focus and show that it is a center of all things in the essence of who you are. Like many other things in the physical world, the real controlling factor has been hidden. It is the natural music within each being that has been suppressed, and the natural music is your spirit in its real form, elevated, excited, and bouncing with joy. These sensations jump to the surface naturally when the pressure is taken off. Show that this is the case, and the relieving of the pressure will not be the focus. The excitement will be the only focus. You are very close to seeing this happen throughout the world. Join with it and feel the excitement before it appears. Know that it's there and join with others to burst the bubble and bring forward the natural world that exists throughout nature, but mostly through the spirit of humanity. Know that you bring this to the world in such a way that it cannot be ignored. We are with you always, your loving friend, Simeon. And with Simeon's prompt, this is what David said about an excitement. There's a feeling of excitement in the air, a feeling of excitement everywhere. So many possibilities that your future holds, an unlimited selection that only you can unfold. Today is the beginning, but tomorrow is too. Feel your heart take a leap as you create your next view. Just think for a moment How'd you get to where you are? Was it magic and miracles? It wasn't just by car. One day here, the next day Bangladesh. The possibilities are endless. You are creating this quest. A view of the ocean or mountains so high, the elevated platform where you look from the sky. Excitement's the word, excitement's the sound. It's created every day on the Magic and Miracles playground. It's the language of our world, along with laughter, smiles, and glee. No matter what the circumstances, it's our new reality. Join me in this world where mischief is the king. Never be discouraged by anyone or anything. Dance and sing and watch for what's next. You'll soon be wearing a shirt with the words, good shit, in your chest, on your chest. For we are moving forward. Let's all strike up the band. Excitement is the feeling that we must share with every man. Thank you, David. And another wonder that I found last night is titled Advance Your Capacity. And this is from 2015. Listen to your own music, and you will know exactly what is to happen and where you are heading. All the changes that you see will happen, and you will have no idea how they manage to creep into your life without you seeing them coming. It is simple. You are seeing them now, and that is all that is needed to start the miracle in motion and allow them to appear at the time when they are most needed. And I'm still saying, look ahead and listen to the future as you live a life of magic and miracles in a totally random field of the earth and its celestial partners. The dance and the music will take you away from the troubled world and hold you there forever. Thank you for allowing me to share my music, because sharing my music allows me to be present with you. And sharing my music, the first step was to find, and is to find your music. And I have a little postscript here saying, Genya has been a wonderful stewardess to your own personal musical flight. And sharing your music is allowing your full presence to be felt. This next piece that I'm going to read is extremely precious. And I thank the scribe who brought it in. We begin again. At night, We came eyes alight with the memory of the origin, holding lanterns that only we could see, trails of stardust releasing from our field as we came upon the earth. What is it, little planet? What wants have you? Why is it you have called us here? I have made you a home. Here you are welcome. Here you are free. This is the place you have longed for. So we encased ourselves molecule by molecule, miracle by miracle, magically and effortlessly into human flesh. We breathed and the planet took life. We opened our eyes and the sun rose in the sky. We laughed and the music came, bringing song to bird and bee and wind and river and fairy wings and the whispered words of the beloved on pillows in the dark. We danced and they came forth, birthed from the glory in our fingertips, those who swim and those who fly, those who reach roots deep into the earth and give us breath, those who hold the keys of magic that only the little ones see, those who pad about on furred feet in the stillness of the forest, and we saw that it was good. With one more bit of monumental magic and a tiny trick of the light, we stirred the stardust into many forms that grew and gathered and danced and played and created and conquered and loved and built and wandered and dreamed and laughed and cooked and lived and died, all of them calling, 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 where are you? And the noise was great, the chaos immense. The earth rolled and stirred and groaned and stretched, and then a great hush. Everything stopped, and that stillness, you gave the signal, and the stardust flowed from our fingertips again, like a great river. All was new. Tomorrow we begin again, and all they will remember is magic. I hear your music and the fly. It's been an amazing experience to share this with you. Thank you so much for joining me. And I wish you perfect life, perfect health, and an extremely magical future. Thank you.